This is gonna be a tough one, man. Poly relationships. Now, subscriber asked me, what do I think about poly relationships? The first question we have to ask, is it wrong? And if we look at it through today's societal standards, especially, I live in America, so over here it's very taboo. It's illegal in some senses, and it's just something that women and some men do not agree with. Now, why is that? I feel like over here in America, a lot of the cultures have gotten far, far away from their roots. So the understanding we have today is that a man, he should only have one woman, and all women are special and they should all be treated like queens and princesses, right? Where the confusion comes is when we look at things from a biblical standard. Most of the kings and the great men in the Bible did have multiple wives, multiple virgin wives, and stuff like that. So that is where a lot of the confusion comes in. Now, notice I said kings and great men. And one thing about it, I do believe, is that if a man is going to have multiple wives, he should be able to take care of multiple wives and also take care of them equally. So things are seen as fair in the relationship, and you won't even have to worry about like jealousy and stuff like that. And that's where a lot of guys get it messed up, because they feel like they can be a bum, broke, sitting on the couch playing video games all day and still be able to have multiple women. And a lot of guys do entertain multiple women. And we can even look at things on a historical aspect. We can take the biblical stuff out of it. And we can look back, especially if you are of African descent or indigenous descent, you'll see a lot of polygamy and a lot of poly-style relationships in the culture. And there was definitely reasons for that. When we look at times throughout history, most of the time in history, there are more women than men. And that's just, when you see it everywhere. You can go to college, university, schools, look at the ratios in certain states and stuff like that, certain countries. There's usually more women than men. Now, why is that? Men, we die easier. We take more risks. We go to war. There's also the fact of we do have the LGBT, and a lot of men nowadays are in that. So women, for especially now, but throughout history, have had less options when it came to getting a man. Now, if we look at how historically societies have dealt with that, there being more women than men, usually it goes either two ways. They allow polygamy, they allow men who have the resources to take on more than one wife, and that's celebrated and seen as a good thing. It's a lot of sisterhood involved with that. Or we look at other cultures and the leftover women become prostitutes and whores. So if we look at it that way and we ask ourselves, what would we rather have? Would we rather have poly relationships, or would we rather have a bunch of prostitutes running loose in our society? We see in America, we've made our choice. Our choice has already been made. We look at the culture, look at what the media is pushing. They're pushing sexual liberation and freedom and all of these new agendas that are being pushed. We see it all in the media, and a lot of our women have become prostitutes, basically. You know, they judging men by off the size of their wallet, which, you know, all women require resources. But when I say prostitutes, I'm talking about they just want your money and really don't have anything else to offer you besides sex in return. Now, taking all of these things into consideration, the biblical stuff, the historical stuff, seeing how things are today, because ladies, we gotta be honest. We gotta be honest with ourselves. If every woman is seeming to have the same problem as, okay, they can't find a good man, they feel like men are cheating, they feel like their selection is bad, then something, and we see it in the hood. They'll say like all the good men are dead or in jail, but a lot of women will also feel like all of the good men are already taken. So knowing that and knowing all these things, we keep doing the same thing over and over, which is insanity, thinking that, okay, men are just supposed to change and go against their nature. Because do I think poly is more natural than monogamy? Yeah, I do think so. I think it's more so nature for a man to want to spread his seed and his legacy as far as wide as possible. And do I think that it's wise to just go out here recklessly slinging D? No, I do not think that's wise. It's going to lead to chaos in your life. But if these women are your wives and you're building some form of empire, that's what it's about. It's really about community. It's about family. It's about every kid having someone there for them and every woman having a husband. Not lust. It's not about lust, which that's what a lot of men make it about too nowadays. Is they want to have no self-control and just be able to do what they want to do, which as men, we still need to be governed by something, some form of rules, some form of principles, whether it's a higher power that you believe in or not. You need to have something you're governed by so that you're not just creating chaos and making broken homes and stuff like that, because that's not cool either. So what I'm trying to say is, done in the right way, I believe poly can be good, but you do have to be a man that has the resources, has the self-control, and be a good leader, because you're going to be not, if you can't lead one woman, what makes you think you can lead multiple, you know? So yeah, man, sub asked me that question. Let me know what y'all think about poly relationships and monogamous relationships, because monogamy, I feel like it's discipline that comes with it, because it's an everyday choice for you to say, okay, I'm gonna only be with this one woman, versus having the opportunity to where, okay, I am with this one woman, but you know, we might later on down the line feel like, okay, yeah, we might need to bring somebody else on the team to play a different role. So yeah, man, let me know your thoughts down below though. As always, love y'all. I'm out. My family, one last thing. Make sure you get to the Telegram if you're not in the Telegram group. That's why I'm giving daily updates. Also, check out the Patreon, and also got a donation link if you want to support the channel. That's it, though. All right, y'all.